Good morning, Year 3, and welcome to the fourth lesson of our English looking at instructions, writing recipes. Today we're going to be looking at using adjectives in our instruction writing. And now before we start that, I've got a little starter task for you. It's a little bit different to the sentence today. I would like you to write down the definitions of the following words. Remember, definitions mean what does the word mean? Okay, so what is a noun? And then writing noun and telling me what a noun is. Then an adjective, tell me what an adjective is, and then a verb, tell me what a verb is. So if you could pause the video now and then write those down in your books. Okay, brilliant. So a noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. Okay. The important part to note on a noun is if it is a person's name, or if it's the name of a place, or if it's the name of a company or something like that, then we need to make sure it is has a capital letter when we're writing, even if it's in the middle of a sentence. An adjective describes a noun. Okay, so that's simply a word that goes in front of or after a noun to give it a bit more description, to describe it further. And then finally, a verb is an action, a doing word, also known as. And here's an example of how we can use our adjectives and nouns together, especially in writing, in our instruction writing. So the noun bread, and we're telling the reader that it is white bread. Now it's really important to use adjectives when we're doing instructions so that the reader knows exactly what they need for each step. For example, in this one where it says untoasted side, this was in the cheese toasty recipe. If they had put the wrong side or put the cheese on the wrong side, then obviously the cheese toasty would have become burnt. Then we've got other ones, the grated cheese, make sure they've got the right type of cheese, right cheese in the right state, so it's grated cheese. This one's very important, the medium heat. They need to know what type of heat. If they put it on a really high heat, then obviously it's going to get burnt quicker. If they put it on a low heat, then it won't become a cheese toast. It won't melt very much. And then finally, sliced tomato. They need to know there's a big difference between putting a sliced tomato and putting a whole tomato into your cheese toasty. So like I said, it's really important that we use these to explain exactly what the reader needs to put in for each step, or what the reader needs to do. So what we're going to be doing on next week, we're going to start looking at writing our own recipe to our own marvelous medicine, exactly the same as George did. He made his marvelous medicine. So before we start writing about it, I want you to think about some ingredients. We need to think about what we might put in this marvelous medicine. And a good idea for this is to think, well, what did George use? So I'd like you to pause this video now and just try and think in your memory. Use your memory, just think in your head to think about what ingredients did George use? Okay, brilliant. He used so many ingredients, and here are just 4 of them. So he used the Golden Gloss hair shampoo, the Super Foam shaving soap, vitamin enriched face cream, the Scarlet nail varnish. He also used brown paint. He also used, well, there's many other things. Okay. And what I've done here is I've actually put in red the adjectives that he's used. So it's Golden Gloss hair shampoo. Now I'm sure if George used different hair shampoo, it wouldn't have had the same result, as he found out with all the other medicines that he made. Then there's the Super Foam shaving soap. Super Foam, making sure it's a Super Foam and it's not some other companies or another type. Vitamin enriched face cream is really important. It's got the vitamins in. The Scarlet nail varnish, obviously scarlet being the colour, a deep red. So your task today is to think about your own medicine. Think about what you might put in your marvellous medicine. Now I've given you one example here, but your first task is to write the nouns. Okay, so put many nouns, as many nouns around it as you can think of. So then as many objects or things that you would put into your marvellous medicine. Don't worry about the adjectives now, just think about what you might put in there. I've put paint and window cleaner. You might want to think of the most strange things. You might want to put toothpaste. You might want to put hair gel. Okay, there's loads of things that you could think of. And then once you've got a good amount there, then I would like you to think about the adjectives that you could add. For example, here's my paint, and now I want to describe this paint. I want the reader to know exactly what type of paint to get. So I'm going to go for brown sticky paint. So the reader knows exactly what we're doing. Now this is a 2A phrase. So remember, a 2A phrase needs a comma in between. Brown sticky paint. Now, window cleaner, I could think of many different descriptions, but I'm going to go with the flow of what George does. He makes things sound absolutely amazing. He exaggerates them. So I'm going to go for the super clean window cleaner. And I've made it kind of like a name, like a company's name, and it sounds really fun, and it's going to really grab the reader's attention. So now what I'd like you to do is go on to the task. Like I said, first go around and write all the nouns around the picture. If you haven't got a picture, just write a list. And then after that, I would like you to add the adjectives in front. How can you describe that noun? How could you describe the paint for my one, or how you could describe the window cleaner for my one? If you would like to take my two, you can, and then go on and make your own. I hope you have a brilliant day and continue with all the home learning for today. And I can't wait to hear all your amazing ingredients with these adjectives that you're going to put in your own medicine. Okay, brilliant.